everybody, welcome in. This is Pixel Sheen, and this is the fourth VOD of my stream through Dishonored. We've just finished one of our first mission, so we're gonna see how we get rewarded. Overseers undone. Martin is on his way to join the Loyalists, and Campbell's fate has thrown the Overseers into disarray. Decoding the High Overseer's journal may reveal any number of strategic secrets, most notably the location of the rightful heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin.
They're all correct. If this is going to work, we have to take down the Lord Regent and all of his key allies.
All citizens living on the north side of the river.
Hopefully the High Overseer is the first step along that path.
And we must find the girl, Emily.
Until further notice.
Who knows what her mind is like, being there when her mother was killed.
I'd imagine the daughter of an empress is tougher than you think.
Quite right. In any case, we won't get the Lord Regent until we weaken his base. All the pieces are in play. He controls the City Watch. Through Campbell, he had the religious faction. Someone is funding the military. And he currently has a majority in Parliament.
Yes, I'm aware of that. My brothers control the voting bloc for my family. I'm very much aware of that.
You did it! Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds. I knew you were our man, Corvo. With Campbell gone, we've hurt the Lord Regent immeasurably. And with Martin back, we'll have the finest strategist alive.
The Lord Regent must be shitting himself in Dunwall Tower.
Yes, and Campbell's journal, let's not forget. Our hope is that in these encoded pages, the location and condition of Emily Caldwin can be discovered. Our entire movement will mean nothing if we can't place the rightful heir on the throne. We must act fast. No doubt the Lord Regent is holding Emily somewhere, waiting to reveal her, to step out as the hero and further cement his regency.
If he doesn't bring the young lady forth soon, there will be infighting among the nobles as to who should succeed the Empress.
God,
Yes,
my
time's
ears, you
against us.
guys.
But now you should take a well-earned rest, Corvo. We will decipher the contents of the High Overseer's journal and share them with you later.
My
Whiskey
ears.
everywhere in this place, but good wine is hard to come by.
Well, good job drinking it all before I got here. I wonder where she is. Hi, Emily. Welcome in. Do I have any more? No. Okay. Is that not?
Sailors tell tales of monsters far out to sea. But I'll tell you, there's strange things in this river no one talks about. Lights in the water, late at night. I've seen faces, too.
Creepy. Yeah, the whiskey is great. Second worst I ever had. Second solution. Oh, okay. I've read that already. Hey, Piero.
My, there is something to you, isn't there? You went and spanked the High Overseer in his own house. I hope the tools I designed for you function to your satisfaction. The fact that I am standing here and talking to you affirms that this is true, in several ways. Can I be of service to you?
Yes. Let's see what you got. Oh, mask optics. That's right. I got the optics. And... oh, I only have 400 coin. I only have 400? Oh. Okay. Damn. I think I've read all of these. Yeah.
Welcome back, Master Corvo. I know your sort. Most of my men that'd been in Coldridge Prison. Well, they had a bit of a rough side to them. I've made my mistakes.
Oh. Okay. Would you like to make another?
My pa always wanted me to be an overseer. If he could see us now.
Sorry, I was watching her butt.
Do you mean to tell me you don't know how to curtsy properly?
Please, sir. I was never in service with a noble.
That's not an excuse. You need to learn proper decorum. The Hound Pits has seen a few lords and ladies in its day.
If they were here, I expect they didn't want to be recognized, sir.
Never mind that. Lord Pendleton ought to be shown the respect he deserves. He doesn't require it, but he notices.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
But even so, have you forgotten we may soon be guarding a future Empress? You will be in the presence of the most important person in the entire known world, and you don't know how to curtsy.
But she's just a child, and she's not even here. No one knows where she is.
Well, our masters are just the people to find her, I'll have you know. Please learn your manners before then.
Wallace, don't be a dick to the young lady. It's okay, Cecilia.
Sometimes I wonder if the plague is just going to go on and on and on and kill everyone ever, and it's the end of the world. Think of that.
Well, I wasn't gonna think of that, but now it's the only thing I can think about. Damn.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. You are reminded that assaulting a member of the City Watch has been made a capital offense, and guardsmen are authorized to carry out this sentence on the spot. The offender's possessions are legally forfeit.
We'll have to find Emily soon. With Campbell out of play, they're likely to move her.
Ah. Yeah, that's a problem. When I sleep, do I regain all my stuff? Like regain health, regain mana? Okay, we were gonna read these. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us, but I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her. She spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing, or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Caldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely. But the Empress won't hear of it. The water lock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it, mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain, and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I have been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order, perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Aaron Burroughs, Royal Spy Master. So we've met him. It was in the first episode, or first video, first stream. We actually met the Royal Spy Master. Given that the Royal Spy Master at least absolutely failed to protect the Empress. Yeah. He didn't do he tried, I think. Unless he was actually in on the Regent's plan. Excerpt from this is Rumors and Sightings, Dowd. Excerpt from an Overseer's Covert Field Report. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my Overseer brethren, or the guidance of the blind sisters of the oracular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cutpurses, murderers, and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run wet. One wet. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly, and using their deaths as a mean of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my home among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years, we now believe, he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in hidden basements, frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. Dowdy. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. One second. Okay, sorry about that. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the Traders District. Oh my gosh! 15 stream streak! Yay! Taking a shortcut through this Taylor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die, but there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. So the reason I read that, because there is a reason. When you think back to, I know it's been quite a while, but think back to the Death of the Empress, the opening, one of the opening cutscenes. You'll remember that the men, there were several men in vapor masks, in gas masks, that came and disappeared like smoke. What the You can't just walk into my room like that! I sleep here! That's so rude! Damn, I got no privacy. I'll go to sleep now. Learn about leapers. Yes, my health and mana do regen fully. And the books are gone. I'm glad I read them when I did. Maybe they only went away because I read them. I didn't expect them to disappear.
You're lucky I keep you on.
It is every citizen's
This place
duty
would fall
to
apart in
report
10
treason
minutes
of
without
speech
me.
and actions.
Is
The
that
state
so?
depends on you.
In any case, you can't dismiss me. I went through the books this morning and found 5 mistakes you've made.
Very well.
You're lucky I found them before the Admiral did.
Okay. He's not
It was a
he's
milkmaid
not-
who started it. She took ill one morning after her chores, but the milk had already been delivered. That was all it took for them to wall the place off. Plague spreads fast.
Oh. Okay. Where is this man? Oh, there he is. Why are you way the fuck over here?
Hello, Corvo. I expect Martin will be joining us shortly. I hate to start your day with such a strange matter, but the servants heard something last night, moving through the storm drains beneath the building. Most likely a weeper, the poor bastard. There's no hope for them once the plague gets that far along. Nothing more than a shuffling corpse full of sickness and insects, if you ask me. I'd appreciate you investigating, just to be sure it's not a nosy guardsman that's getting too close. Here's a key to the hatches. I'd send a servant down there, but they'd die of fear on the spot, I'm afraid. Maybe Piero can concoct some sort of sleep poison for your crossbow if you want to go that route.
Oh, I need to get more crossbow bolts. That's right. Alright. Have to go to the sewers. What are you two talking about?
I know the Golden Cat, not as a patron, mind you. I designed some specialized devices for them. I kept the blueprints, if anyone is curious.
Don't. I brought you tea as a courtesy to a colleague. I won't make that mistake in the future.
I'm sorry, I only thought... Never mind what I thought. Thank you for the tea.
I have to get back to the Admiral. He has news for me.
Wow, he just struck out big time.
Corvo, my friend, do you need ammunition or weaponry? Would you like me to craft something for you?
Yes. I need sleeping darts. Okay. That's not what I wanted. That one is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting hit with some really, really bad nausea. I'm gonna have to go ahead and actually end stream here. I wasn't gonna do that, but I'm not feeling well. and my head is hurting suddenly really, really badly. So, we're gonna stop here, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for being here tonight. Stop that. Thank you guys. Remember to choose to be kind, and have a good night. Bye.